Good evening, folks. This is Bill Breeden. Welcome to Constellation Tour number 20. Tonight I'm going to go over the constellation of Sagitta, the Arrow, and this is another small, sort of obscure constellation in the northern celestial hemisphere. It's small and obscure, sort of like Lacerta was. But Sagitta is actually a little easier to find. Sagitta is best viewed between August and October, although you can see it for a month or two before and after. So I've got Stellarium set up tonight with a 60-degree field of view from moderately light polluted suburban skies in the Midwest here at 38 degrees north latitude. So Sagitta is actually pretty easy to find. So let me help you find it. The first thing you want to do is look for the summer triangle. So we're facing east now. We're going to look really high up. I've got our software set up for mid-August at 9:38 p.m. and we're going to look for the summer triangle. So here it is here. You've got the 3 stars of the summer triangle. The brightest one is Vega. And the one that's farther away from the other two is Altair. And then the other one is Deneb. So let's get familiar with this part of the sky here. If you look at Vega, you can see the parallelogram here of Lyra. And if you look at Deneb here, you can see that that's the tail of Cygnus the swan. The swan's body goes this way, and here are the wings. And if you look for Altair, which is the bright star of the triangle that's further from the other two, that's part of Aquila the eagle. But if you look totally inside the summer triangle, okay, and so you get this whole area inside it, and look a little bit closer to Altair, which is here, inside the triangle, this area right here, you will see four faint stars, and one here, and 2 here. That's a constellation. That is actually the Arrow. That is Sagitta the Arrow. So let's turn on our constellation lines. And you'll see here that Sagitta is depicted as an arrow in flight. And let's look at the boundaries. So Sagitta encompasses this long, narrow border here. Everything inside this border here is part of Sagitta, the arrow, right in here. And you can see that the arrow part of it is right here, but it actually extends up to here and down to here. So let's have a look at the mythical characters. And you can see here Sagitta is wedged between Vulpecula and Aquila. And to me that actually makes it harder. It's easy for me to just look for Altair and look inside the summer triangle and look for those four sort of faint stars in a line that form the shape of an arrow. You can actually zoom in a little bit here, and you'll be able to see the stars 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 you can see from the suburbs. Let's see. Yeah, this one, and these 2. So if we go back to a naked eye view, these are the 4 stars that stand out. So that's how you find Sagitta. So there are no bright outstanding stars in Sagitta. This one here is Gamma Sagitta. This is Delta. This is Beta. And Alpha. So Alpha and Beta make up the fin of the arrow. And then you have Gamma here that makes up the point, I guess, and then the middle of it is Delta. Now you'll notice that Sagitta is abbreviated SGE, and there's no E in the word Sagitta, so I always forget how to do lookups in software for objects that are in Sagitta. So just try to remember that it's abbreviated SGE rather than SAG, because that would be confused with Sagittarius, which is actually abbreviated SGR. So there is no constellation abbreviated SAG because it would confuse the two. So since there are no bright stars, there is a double star. I gotta remember which one it was. I think it was this one. Yeah, Zeta Sagitta is a double star. So let's have a look at that through the finder. And you'll see, actually, with a 6-degree field, you can almost see the whole arrow. Almost, not quite. But the middle star of the arrow, if you look just up to the upper left of it, you'll see Zeta Sagitta, and that one is a double star. And you'll see that it splits here. You have a companion here right next to it. And I believe it splits again. Yeah, it does. Zeta does split again. So if you put higher power on it, you should be able to split it again. Okay, let's return to a naked eye view. And again, you see the summer triangle here. Here's Vega, here's Deneb, and here's Altair. And if you look inside the triangle more towards Altair, you'll see the arrow pattern here with these 4 stars. So let's travel to a dark sky site. And now you see the 3 stars of the summer triangle, Vega, Deneb, Altair. And here are the 4 stars that make up the arrow of Sagitta here, not too far from Altair. So there is one Messier object within the boundaries of Sagitta, and that's M71. M71 is a globular cluster shining at magnitude 6. It's 13,000 light years from Earth. So let's look at it with a 13 millimeter Nagler. And you can see it has 3 or 4 bright components here clustered in the middle. It has one off to the side. And then, so those are probably foreground stars. And the globular is behind them. Now remember, Sagitta is within the Milky Way, so these stars are kind of just in front of it within the Milky Way, and the globular cluster is in the realm of globular clusters, forming a halo around our galaxy. So let's return to a naked eye view looking up at this part of the sky, and you can see the arrow here near Altair. So this concludes my review of Sagitta the arrow. Good night and good seeing.